Welcome to the Dream Key Podcast, your key to all things Dragon Gate. Our host unit for this episode is Seaboz.
Hey.
Blod.
Hey yo, it's the sick Mr. Hakata Starlane. I might be dying, just like Starlanes.
Leon.
Hello.
And me, Jimmy Chuck. So, how are you guys doing today?
Well, I'm sick, but I didn't want to I didn't want to miss another show. Unfortunately, I had to miss the last one due to faulty audio drivers just completely killing my computer. But it has since then been fixed. So I am back, even if I am sick with the influenza. So I do apologize if I become a detriment to the show today, to all our dear listeners.
Think about it, like, Dia got knocked out of a whole tournament for influenza, and you're still here recording.
He's like a lich, like his soul is tied to Hakata Starlanes, and if anything happens to it, it happens to him.
Well, rest in peace.
I really don't hope that's the case, otherwise I'm just not going to exist anymore in like a couple of months.
Oh. With the introduction gate out of the way, let's open the review gate. On February 5th, 2019, Truthgate was held in the legendary Korakuen Hall in Tokyo, Japan, with attendance of 1780. For the opening contest, Masaki Mochizuki, Heiyo Watanabe, Yuki Yoshioka, and Kota Minoura defeated Gamma, Kness, Problem Dragon, and Hiroshi Yamato when Yoshioka caught Kness with the reversal Samson.
Yeah, boy!
It's really nice to see Mochi teaming with the other young boys aside from Shun for a change.
Yeah, he can hide his favoritism a little bit, that'd be nice.
Well, I mean, that's not possible.
Now that I think about it, Yuki pinning Kness is kind of big, given what happened at the Starlane show and some of the thoughts that some of us and other people on Twitter had regarding the next Bravegate Challenger, when you think about it.
I was gonna ask if you were hoping to see a little bit of Yuki action in the Bravegate race.
Absolutely. See, I mean, I'm going ahead of schedule here, but there's a specific trend that's been going on for Champions Gate in Osaka. The person who won the league, the top four of the Rookie League, Shun, Kaito, Yuki, and Yuti. All of them except Yuki, have a title shot at Champions Gates at the moment. And there's one champion left, Dragon Kid, who doesn't have a challenger yet. So it looks to me like Yuki's going to be the one to challenge him.
Hiroshi Yamato's song was not as good as usual.
Wow.
What are you on about?
In his singing?
Yeah, I did not like it. Usually I like his entrance songs, and this one I did not.
It was quick this time.
Mercifully.
Still shit.
So what do you guys think of the match? Because, like, Mochizuki is just a bad influence on his kids. Because there was a point where he slams Hiroshi and he waves them all in to just, stomp the crap out of Hiroshi.
I thought it was a fun match. Good opener. I mean, it wasn't anything special or anything, but I think it's always fun to see the Dojo boys fight.
I'm really glad it was something different from the opener. Like, the last couple of months, the openers are Gamma, Brother Yashi, and Mondai Ryu, and Sachiyoko Boy versus Hiroshi Yamato, and some of the rookies. Like, this is something different. Even though some parts are still in the match, like Mochi in the match.
That was like one of my favorite things of Mochizuki's Dreamgate run. He would still hit the openers, like he was still available fluidly along the card.
In the second match of the night, Yasushi Kanda, Kazuma Sakamoto, beat Kagetora and Kai after Kazuma hit the half-and-half Tiger Package Pile Driver on Kagetora.
Loved the match. Hated the finish.
He needs to name that move. Like, I like the Discord Driver as a name, but...
I've seen multiple sites call it the Plus Driver. But apparently it's half-package Pile Driver.
I do like the move, but the fact that he's pinning my dude was definitely not a highlight of the show.
No.
You gotta
Kagetora took it well.
You got to give Kazuma some respect though, because he was bumping around this whole match, especially for Kagatora.
As everyone should.
Yeah, I'm really warming up to Kazuma. It was easy and it was fun to shit on him in the fall, but like spring some Kazuma Sakamoto time. I think he's going to do really good in the Triangle Gate match that we have not yet spoken about. Spoilers.
Kazuma respect gang forms.
Do you think Kazuma, Kai, or Hiroshi will be at King of Gate?
I think Kazuma will.
I think Kai will.
I think Kai. If anyone, Kai, because Kazuma only works Korakuen and big shows. Though I would prefer Kazuma out of these three.
Also, Kai wasn't terrible in this match.
Well, Kagatora was his tag partner.
Yeah, but I mean, he's still facing off against Kanda and Kazuma. So
what does that mean? Kanda's fantastic. I don't know what you're implying.
Kanda is fantastic, but he's getting up there in age, and Kazuma, as we just praised him, that's a challenging couple to work.
Yeah, but I really think they did good. Kagatora is really great when he's like fighting from underneath, and having two guys who just absolutely work tremendous as a scumbag heels who cheat every way they can, just to keep the upper hand.
He's what the kids call a power bottom.
Oh. And Kai getting the hot tag is like, Kai is good when he can run into people, and that's what he did here.
Kai and Kazuma work really well together. They had some good stuff.
Yeah, well, Kazuma's really huge for Dragon Gate standards, I guess that's why.
Match 3 saw Takashi Yoshida get rolled up with a Cazador by Yuti.
Good God, this match was terrible.
Don't you dare.
I disagree. This match was okay.
You know what? This has been by far the worst Dragon Gate match ever since Yoshida had that stinker with Yoshino. No, I don't care what. I'm sorry, Leon. I love you, brother. I know you love Yoshida, but I can't bite my tongue anymore. This match was absolute garbage.
Lie to the fans and just praise Yoshida.
The fans? Is that why the crowd was completely dead silent, probably checking their fucking phone?
I disagree. They really woke up towards the end.
Oh wow, they woke up when
because of Yoshida's great word.
How surprising.
No, I enjoyed Yoshida in this match. Like, he sold the Bianjabe exceptionally. Like, he yelled and screamed in pain. And I really thought Yuti would submit him, which would have surprised me a lot.
That would have been shocking, yeah.
Yeah, but he sold it exceptionally.
There were short spurts of good stuff, yes. But 90% of the match was complete garbage. I was so bored by this.
Does this make up for getting fourth? Because it was a pretty big win. He got a really good reaction from it.
Yeah, the crowd was glad the match was over.
It's a step in the right direction, but I don't think it is completely covering up that big hole of taking fourth with a bunch of rookies does for his reputation.
He just won with some cheap roll-up tactics. It's not a real win. That's year.
I think what's making it up for him, I mean, I said it earlier for the first match, I think it's getting the Twin Gate challenge is definitely making it up.
Spoilers.
And who's his partner?
We'll get to that later.
In the Dragon Gate 20th Anniversary Commemoration Special Match Volume 2, Toymon Japan, represented by Don Fuji, Genki Horiguchi, Susumu Yokosuka, and Ryo Saito, defeated T2P, consisting of Yoshino, Brother Yasini, Sachihoku Machine No. 2, and Toru Uwashi, after Susumu landed the Yokosuka Cutter on Sachihoku Machine No. 2.
I was really disappointed that the Toryumon Japan guys did not come out to the old gear.
Okay.
Yeah, that was... They just came out with Do Fixer shirts. It was kind of...
Yeah, Susumu had 3 shirts on.
So,
Do Fixer.
Do you know why? Why he had the 3 shirts?
Yeah. No, wait. No, I don't.
Because every single... because all the Toymon Japan people came out in old shirts, I think, except for Fuji. They're all from... They all came from Susumu's family members. That's where all the shirts came from.
That's cute. It like saved him for one day to return to his old ways.
Yeah, I would have. I mean, I like that everyone used their old theme, even though it was like
Muted. Why did T2P because they unmuted for like a couple seconds at the end of the T2P entrance? They came out to Dawood's Sandstorm.
That's Owashi's entrance.
Yeah, that's his music. What do you...
It's amazing. I didn't know that.
I need to give you an entrance where he just walks all intimidating, and in the background Sandstorm plays. It's the greatest thing, like this big, scary guy.
Also, Yoshino looked 10 out of 10 with the hair.
No.
Yes, he looked so good. I loved it.
Don't compliment Yoshino.
That did him very well.
He did look really good.
Also, and it led to one of the best spots of the match, where he did the basement dropkick and it flew off him.
And he immediately dove out of the ring to put it back on.
That was like the only thing he did in that match.
That's all he needed to do.
I love Yashi's gear.
Yeah,
he did look good.
Yeah, I wish he would like the hair too. I really like it. The match itself, I think we should probably talk about that too.
I loved it.
Do Fuji and Owashi have beef? Like, I'm not too caught up on their history. Like, why did they just hate each other so much in this?
Well, both of them are ex-sumo wrestlers.
I thought also, because like Fuji used to be the monster of Toryumon Japan, and Owashi was the monster of T2P, so that kind of makes sense to have those two.
Well, yeah, but both of them have a background in sumo, so that's why.
Yeah, I didn't know why Fuji was just instantly being a dick to him.
I want them as a tag team.
I really don't need Owashi back in Dragon Gate.
Oh, we have controversial opinions here because I fucking loved Owashi in this match. He was great. I loved everything he did.
I mean, as a comedy wrestler, he's fine. Like in these fun comedy matches, I like him, but not like I don't need him in like a singles match like Kondo had last month. I really don't want to see that.
Yeah, I don't want any of really the older guys back in for singles stuff, but like I said, Owashi and Owashi Fuji tag team would be great.
Yeah, I would like that. All I wanted to see from Owashi was that running choke slam, and I got it, and I'm happy about that.
Was this better than the? I mean, it's an obvious question or an obvious answer, but was this match better than the Kondo Mochi match?
Yeah.
No, I think it was a little below it, but I did like the Shuji Mochi match more than you guys did.
It had more fun, it had more callbacks, and it might be more of the sort of happy reunion match that you want, so I don't know if that speaks as much to its match quality as how
that's just
entertaining it was. Yeah.
That's
just like it was more fun. It's the type of match I want from these reunion matches.
That's what I was gonna say.
Fun comedy. Yeah, it's not. I don't need big singles matches. I really don't. It's not what Dragon Gate is about.
Maybe a couple of singles matches.
You don't need bigger singles? Oh boy, you're not in for a treat next month. Then.
Big singles in your area.
Everyone in the 20th anniversary match came to the ring to their entrance music from the era. Yoshino had his customary long hair. After the match, Owashi greeted the DG fans for the first time since 2004. He had no idea what kind of scene it would be today. For the first time in a really long time, he was actually nervous and anxious. Thanks to the fans and thanks to his good friends here in the ring, his return was a happy one. The guys in the ring comprised the 7th Toryumon class. They paused to seek out referee Yagi, who had quickly left ringside. He was also part of the class, and he's never been good at reading the room.
One note. I'm kind of sad Doi wasn't in the match.
I hope we get second Doi at some point.
The second, well, where would you put it? When not the T2P reunion?
I mean, they'll probably find a reason to do it.
I want them to do like a 2 out of 3 falls match, and if you lose, you have to change gimmicks midway through the match.
As for Brother, they've seen a lot of each other over the years, so there's nothing new to say there. But Yoshino, has his hair really grown? 14 years ago, Owashi left Dragon Gate. He's been all over the world since then, but Yoshino has stayed here. He's so incredibly proud of him. Then there's Sachihoku Machine number 2. It's 2. The reunion here with him was the most emotional. When T2P ended, Sashi was going to quit. Owashi thanked him for sticking with it so he could wrestle him again today. He thinks of him as a younger brother and he hopes he isn't crying, even though he can't tell because of the mask. That was really sweet. Like, even through the mask, you can tell he was really emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone in Dragon Gate is.
He left the final part of the speech to Yoshino. He recalled a time when he and Owashi traveled 3 hours outside of Osaka to a gymnastics center to practice flying moves on a trampoline. He thanked Owashi for coming today. Kondo in January, Owashi in February. Who is coming in March? The fans want to know. He wondered if Owashi had any ideas. He is a very well-connected man. Owashi admitted he had a few connections, but the only one he could easily get a hold of was Takuya Sugawara.
Oh boy.
Yoshino thought that was a great idea.
No, fuck you, Yoshino. See, Yoshino always does stupid thing. Fuck Yoshino.
Owashi assumed Sugawara wasn't busy that day, and he would reach out to him on Twitter to confirm. Yoshino told Owashi that this didn't need to be a one-time thing, and he was welcome back anytime he wanted. The wrestlers in the company will continue to do their best to make sure the 20th anniversary year is a fun one and a memorable one for all. For now, he wants to get out of the ring and get changed as soon as possible.
So should we talk about the announced match?
Oh yeah, Takuya Sugawara against Ryo Saito next month in Korakuen.
I don't know who...
This is gonna suck. This is gonna suck.
It'll be fine.
No,
Saito's gonna bring it back.
I'm excited
Sugawara
for it.
Is not a good wrestler. He's shit. He's out of shape. He was uncharismatic.
Wasn't the whole thing when he was in Mexico, I think? They kept yelling at him for smoking cigarettes because it would ruin his conditioning, and he didn't listen to them. And then that's what happened.
He's bigger than Owashi right now. I'm not looking forward to
They got a lot of months. Match. They got a lot of specials matches to fill up. Some of them can't be as good as others. We just gotta accept.
I would have preferred like a talking battle again with Mori and Sugawara. Yeah, like Kobashi does on his shows.
And Kawada, yeah.
Kawada and Ikemen.
Yeah, like Mori and Sugawara. That would be fun, but
Royal Brothers.
I don't want to.
Kensuke Sasaki in a talk battle.
When are we getting Ken 45 back?
I mean, at least they put Ryo Saito against Sugawara, because Saito and Mori are always connected, so it's like the closest thing Sugawara has on history and current Dragon Gate.
Do you think this is going to be a comedy match, or do you think they're going to try and play it straight?
Please.
I think it's going to be a comedy match.
Play it straight and... Oh my goodness.
Please don't play it
so
straight.
Bad.
Just, I hope it's over in like 4 minutes or less.
It's like an eighth of
squash.
I was
kinda sad that they brought this man to squash him on the anniversary year.
No, Saito's gonna just beat him with like a kick.
The bicycle thing.
Okay.
Just like a elbow. Just one elbow strike and Sugawara falls down.
They're giving Saito a second chance to bring back the bicycle.
If he doesn't crash into the ring on a bicycle once this year, there's no chance.
What if on the bike he has Mori with him?
No.
Because Mori still won Dragon Gate.
It's still Sugawara.
Yeah, the match is gonna suck, but the entrance could be fun, I guess.
I think this will be the
They're gonna mute the entrance theme, because I think Mori and Saito always enter to Britney Spears.
Fuck. If he comes out to Britney Spears, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Well, it's gonna be muted. I know it was Mori's T2P entrance theme.
We need to pay someone who's gonna go to this show. We need to pay them to record.
I need a fan cam of this. Of Saito bicycling down the ring, and it's like, it's Britney, bitch.
It's Saito, bitch.
I don't want to watch Segura. I wonder what theme they will use for Segura, because he used to have Yamato's entrance theme before he left, and then in his 2009-2010 return he had a remix of the Argon ESO theme, but I don't know if they're gonna give him that again.
In match 5, Shun Skywalker bested Benkei in a special singles match with a Skywalker moonsault.
Shun Skywalker.
He's pretty good.
I wasn't a big fan of that match.
While I was watching it live, I thought it was exciting and dynamic, and I really was
really
into these
slow.
two guys kind of giving it everything they had. But yeah, on the second watch, it seemed like they kind of just rested a lot and hit power moves. And I don't know if that's a Benkei thing, because
no, it's a Shun thing, because he did the same thing in the Kaito match.
He has some dynamic matches, but yeah, he's kind of prone to hitting these big power spots and then just sort of lilting between them.
I would say it's a Shun thing, because he did the same thing in the Kaito match. I'm pretty sure I criticized that was a match with big moves and not much else. And I'm really afraid that the Park match is going to be the exact same thing.
But
because Bennett got good matches against KZ, against Mochi, against Yoshino, where it wasn't the case of just big moves.
To me, it was like watching a gazelle try to fight a lion. So that's why I was okay with that style, where it was just Shun would run at Benkei and he's like, nah, that's a joke, and just toss him around.
Benkei didn't really toss him around, though.
Is it called the Ashla?
Ashla.
Ashla? That looked sick on Benkei. I really like that move.
Yeah.
Do you mean the Night Ride Emerald Flosion?
Yeah, when he hits that Night Ride.
That's the Ashla. That's the Ashla.
That bicycle kick he hit on Benkei as he went for the spear.
His bicycle kicks are fantastic.
You're gonna every big match of Skywalker, this exact bicycle kick will happen, like when he flies just with him.
I'm gonna
call it, and watch Puck just like sell it like this, like with 200 flips.
200 flips.
Not one flip less.
Into my veins, straight in.
To be fair, I really like this match, so
I thought it was a really good match.
I was gonna say, if this becomes the new, or even like emblematic of the main event style that these young boys are bringing to the table, because right now it's young boy time, as we see from the aftermath of this match. Do you like the sort of influences that Shun's bringing to the main event, and do you think he'll be able to thrive in this environment?
I mean, it's better than Yoshino's main events.
To be fair, like I like this match. I thought the Kaito match was fine. I thought the UT match was like probably one of my favorite matches ever. Like those, I like Shun's matches. I
like the match, but like I just see a clear pattern, which I'm afraid that it's gonna be like every match of his is gonna be just like that.
I think it's gonna be when he faces younger guys, it'll be like that. But as he's facing older guys, and he's gonna have more varied opponents, and he gets more skill, and his opponents get more skill when it comes to the younger guys, I think it'll be fine in the long run. This is a fine, starter.
Yeah, I mean, the UT match was really good. I'm not gonna deny that. And UT has more experience than Kaito and Benkei, so maybe it's just, I guess, an experience in these big matches from guys like Kaito and Benkei. Well, Benkei has big match experience.
But there's still like he is only how many years a veteran, or not veteran? How many years
3 or 4. What?
Still, it's still like not a whole lot.
Yeah, that's true. How did you like the new gear both of them showed?
I liked Benkei's. I don't like Shun's green.
I'm the other way around. I like Shun's a lot. I don't like Benkei's.
I like both guys' gears. It's unique.
Yeah, I'm all in support of Benkei's comfortable-looking pants.
No, I like the pants. I just don't like the color. I prefer the red color.
Oh, like the scheme. I get you.
To be fair, I think Benkei looked best when he had those like little trunks. Ooh.
No.
I love that look.
No.
I can feel the trunks.
He looked so tiny in them, I feel.
Yeah.
But it showed off how muscular his legs were.
But he's not a samurai if he doesn't wear the baggy pants.
Exactly.
Why did the baggy pants make him a samurai?
I don't know.
Aren't those more like ninja pants now that I think about it?
What samurai do you know with baggy pants?
Benkei.
This is true.
Shun told Ben that he knows he hasn't surpassed him with this one win. It probably doesn't even put him at the same level. What this one win over Benkei did do was show the world that he belongs in the main event scene. He knows he'll have to fight Ben many more times. They will probably be fighting for the rest of their careers. Shun vowed to keep fighting and evolving, so he can be seen on the same level as Benkei, or even be thought of surpassing him. Ben took the microphone again, but dropped it like before. Shun promised to reach the top of Dragon Gate and hoped the fans would skywalk with him along the way.
What is he implying when he's asking people to skywalk with him?
Gonna get high, I guess.
Yeah, is he asking the kids to do drugs?
Is he asking to join Natural Vibes, allegedly?
No, it's just I don't know. Because he's Sean Skywalker.
I feel like
I think it's just a catchphrase.
It's like it's KZ time. It's not really KZ time, it's just KZ time, you know.
This. So in my mind, he joins Natural Vibes and he has his own custom dance called the Skywalk.
Skywalked.
I can get into that if
Yeah.
I'd like to see a casual, more fun side to Shun, so he's not just an asshole all the time.
The semi-main event saw Pac, Eita, and Big R Shimizu lose to Dragon Kid, Jason Lee, and Kaito Ishida after miscommunication on the red team, resulting in Big R eating an Imperial Uno from Eita, followed by the 1 second by Ishida.
I'm really glad Ishida brought the 1 sec back.
Does your
Yeah.
Oh, why is...
I told you it's an amazing move.
It is, but I don't like Big R becoming a victim of roll-ups. I don't want him to go the path of Yoshida.
It's okay, Big R will actually win the Dream Gate one day.
Oh, that's a low blow, okay?
I actually really liked Eita's and Ishida's interactions in this match.
Eita's just fantastic. Ever since Final Gate, there's been a fire lit under him, and he's just brutal, and he takes no shit anymore, and he's just vicious.
Yeah, I've seen some people complain about too much Eita on current Dragon Gate, which is something that boggles my mind, because he has won the MVP award, he has won the Best Bout award, he has I don't know, like how can you not love current Eita?
He's so popular, like why wouldn't you put as much as you can on these shows?
And he's young, he's a guy you can build on.
27, right?
Oh god damn, he's so young.
Yeah, 27.
This match is really good. I liked it a lot.
It was really fast, really quick. Like under 10 minutes, I think.
Let me check.
There's never any real like downtime, I feel.
9:23.
That was like just kind of heels doing their usual heel thing, just kind of dominating and like, doing nothing. None of that boring stuff. Like, sure, there was them dominating, but I felt like it was done in a way that it was still entertaining.
Yeah,
I mean,
of course,
what is entertaining and not is of course subjective, but I'm just speaking from myself here.
They also had Jason Park interactions again, and my wish that they'll eventually have a singles match just grows and grows with the even match.
I think King of Gate would be the only way, but I don't know if Pac's staying that long. You think he...
No, I think he's absolutely staying that long.
For Jason?
Yeah,
for
just for him.
Gate.
For King of Gates, yes, I think he's gonna be in King of Gate, or at least he'll still be in the company by then.
In our main event three-way match, KZ defeated both Naruki Doi and Yamato. Yamato was eliminated by KZ with a Sky-Aid Schoolboy, and Doi was eliminated by KZ with the KZ Time.
I loved that match.
It had issues. My issues with it are just due to me not really being a fan of 3-way or 4-ways or whatever ways when it's just singles guys in there. That they've never been my cup of tea. But I feel like even disregarding that, there were like certain parts of the match where it just dragged, and there was nothing really happening. There was also the fact that they kind of lost the crowd a couple of times, and me included, where the crowd was getting really hot, really hot, and then it just kept going and going and going. It just didn't feel right, you know?
I feel like the reason they did that was because they wanted to continue to give the idea that KZ could beat Pac.
Do you think
Which
it did
they
anything
did.
to level out KZ? Yeah, do you think this was a detriment to the other two to allow KZ to look?
No,
Power-
not at all. Not at all.
No.
I think at the end it was like, it was getting a little ridiculous because like Doi just shoot the motherfucker, he ain't staying down. Like,
Yeah. No, it implied that Doi, like in the Streamgate raid, Doi needed the muscular bomb, put Casey down. That was the implication.
I did catch the need for the muscular bomb, yeah.
Yeah, that's the implication, which is a good implication because it elevates Casey. And what I loved about this match, it was always Casey versus Doi or Yamato. Like Yamato and Doi itself had only like 1 or 2 interactions. It was always Casey was really the main focus of this match, to build them up for the Park match, and I think they succeeded. He pinned both guys, like I said, and I give you that the end was repetitive when Doi hit the first Bagatari and like a few minutes later he hit the second one. I give you that was a bit repetitive, but I really enjoyed Casey's performance in that match. He showed again that he can hang with the big boys.
Yeah, I absolutely agree that it was good booking and Casey showed that he can hang and all that, but it's just the match itself. While it had its good points, I also think it had its kind of dull points. I'd still call it a good match, though.
I really enjoyed seeing Yamadoi back to just bully KZ.
Yeah, it's always nice to see Yamadoi back, I feel.
I think the resentment from the old DG5 could be a good long-term story for KZ. Yeah, like the older generation that he's trying to sort of take out.
It's DG3.
Nowadays it's 3, but as we're moving forward, like those guys just hating KZ for like the rest of their careers could be really nice.
He's the guy coming to put them out to pasture.
Yeah, exactly. And they'll just like constantly not want to hang out with this young fucking hipster.
Don't want to hang out with him. What is this? Do they like in catering? If Casey comes and sits down at the table, do they all just stand up and go to another table?
Exactly.
Except for Hulk, he stays.
Well, Hulk's not there anyway.
Because Hulk needs the prescription good for his shattered back.
Allegedly.
That one's the truth, brother.
Red quickly hit the ring to put a damper on KZ's win. KZ says he's crazy, but if he thinks Pac is scared of him, he must be crazy. In Hakata, Pac is gonna fucking kill him. Ada told him to enjoy his fun now, because it's over in Hakata. Doi and Yamato should be ashamed of themselves for losing to this guy, especially Yamato. His team is worthless. Hulk is injured, Maria is injured, Flamita went back to Mexico, now Associate Kai can only come when he's available. They are worthless. So is Natural Vibes. On the house show circuit, they only have KZ and Susumu. What are the others doing? Don't they want to wrestle? Are they being forced to stay home? If they don't want to wrestle, Eita and Red would be more than happy to put them out of their misery. Tribe has 4 members. Vibes has 4 members. Red will pick 4 members to take out both units at once. Yamato admitted there was some truth to that. Hulk and Maria are injured. Kai isn't always around, but they have UT, the same UT that beat Takashi Yoshida in the middle of the ring today. Yamato lost last month and he lost today, so joining this fight wasn't up to him, it was up to UT. Aww. UT suddenly had a really strong desire to make Ada submit. Tribe would fight. KZ lamented, it was true that on the house show it was only KZ and Susumu. Ada sure did pay close attention, he didn't want to be lumped in with the other units. Their bonds were stronger than anyone else, especially Red, who sure didn't seem to be on the same page recently. Maybe they're the ones who should think about backing out of this fight until they get their own house in order. Vise agreed to fight and show how strong their bond really was. Ada picked himself, the Open the Dreamgate champion, Pac, Kanda, and Cosma as the red team. Shimizu argued that as the Twin Gate champions, Big Ben should be in the match. With them would be a guaranteed easy win. Eita disagreed.
Did you notice something on the red members picked?
Yeah, they left out Big R.
No. Look at the results of the show. It's
all the winners.
From Pac and Eita, all the winners. He didn't choose the losers.
He doesn't want losers on his team.
Yeah, Eita is a dictator who doesn't use. I mean, I'm not gonna say Yoshida's a loser. So.
Well, he is.
Fuck
Let
you.
the record show.
No, that's an interesting. Like, at first it seems weird that Cosma and Kana are the ones in the four-way, or not Big Ben, but...
It does good to show, like, the turmoil between Eita and Big Ben.
All Eita could see is trouble if Shimizu or Ben K are involved. Both of them lost today. Anyway, the red team was set. Eita, Pac, Kanda, Cosma. Yagi was set to make the three-way match official when Mochizuki Dojo interrupted. A three-way sounded fun, but a four-way sounded better. Mochizuki Dojo... It does. Mochizuki Dojo wanted in. However, Mochizuki himself wouldn't be on the team. He wants his youngsters to show what they are made of. Edo protested.
God bless.
That's so interesting that they let the youngsters in the main event of this match.
Like, if it was just... It's so weird. Like, Yuki, Hyo, and Kota, none of them really feel like they're on this level, you know? Shun I could definitely buy, but... I could even buy Hyo and Yuki. The surprising one is Kota.
Yeah, you gotta throw the kids into the deep end. You gotta see if they can swim or not.
Ada protested, but Mochizuki pointed out that Yoshioka beat Kness and Shun beat Benkei today. They were more than qualified to be in. Shimizu also protested, which made Ada change his mind and agree. He told Shimizu he is not the leader of Red, Ada is. The four-way was set for March 7th.
Big bad Ada. Something interesting about this match is that this is the first 16-man four-way elimination match in Dragon Gate history.
It's gonna be juicy.
It's gonna be wild. All the people in the ring. It's gonna be a mess, but it's gonna be a great mess.
It's why they needed Ryo Saito to do the memorial match, because literally every single other person on the card is in the main event.
Yeah, that's also true.
This is gonna be like a 4-match card.
This match is probably gonna go over an hour.
Oh my god.
I love it.
Christ, I'm so ready.
I love it.
Dragon Kid had something to say. This motherfucker. He had something to say to Doi Doi. Doi Doi, what is going on? Maximum has done nothing but lose since the start of the new year. They won in Kobe the other day, but that was only because there was a prize for the winners. He loves Maximum, so it hurts. So it hurts him to know that people think Maximum members don't try unless there is a prize involved. Kaito is excluded from this, obviously. He knows he always fights hard, but Maximum isn't producing results. He didn't create Maximum for Doi Doi and Yoshino to let it fall in such a state. As their leader, Doi then decided to kick him and cut him off. He was tired of standing around and having to listen to this. If Kid felt this about Maximum, he was always welcome to leave. Kid was sad to think Doi would just abandon his friends like that. Doi told him if there was one person being a shitty friend, it was him. He should leave.
Yes.
Yoshino tried to calm things down. Doi wanted to settle it in a match. DK was disappointed but agreed to fight it out. The match was set for March 7th.
Finally,
someone's gonna beat this man's ass.
Yeah, it's been
This is interesting, because in my mind, I didn't expect it at all. I expected this to be something for the cage, but the cage is 2 months after this, so I wonder...
I think they'll still be in the cage.
Yeah, I wonder if they will, or if...
Yeah, I'm sure.
Does that mean the March 7th match is going to be inconclusive?
I don't know.
It's weird, because, like, why would Red interfere in it. There's no real reason for them to do that. So why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it have a finish? It's
Why is DK being a coward and not putting the Brave Gate on the line in this match?
Real
because
questions.
Dwight didn't ask for
No,
a shot.
please don't.
KZ was finally to celebrate his win and close the show. Does anyone even remember he won? Maybe not. One thing he didn't remember was a three-way singles match being so hard. His engine was running at full power on the way to Hakata. In 5 days, there will be laughter or tears. The last show ever at Hakata Starlanes, the grandest stage and the greatest drama.
He's really talking a lot of shit. It hurts in hindsight. Like I was real excited. He was real excited.
Yeah, no happy ending.
Happy ending to this show. Speaking of this show, what was your guys' overall thoughts on it?
This is a pretty good Korakuen. Nothing special, but nothing bad. It was a fun time.
I like the show a lot.
The best thing about Korakuens is it's always the story advancement. Everything's happening at the Korakuen to propel us to the next big event. So I think it was successful in that regard.
Yeah, I agree. It's like it made you hungry for the next Korakuen with that juicy 16-man tag. Also the Sugawara match is like
Oh boy.
a big damper.
Oh boy.
My match of the night was the reunion match.
Was there like a particular spot that really like warmed your heart in that match?
It was just such a fun match that you just can't help but like it. And like my favorites, the spot that sticks out with me is Saito goes for the bicycle submission. I can't remember the name of it.
Cycling Yahoo.
Yeah, he goes for that, and Owashi rolls away, and he's basically like, "No, I'm your senpai. I am older than you. Get your ass back here and take this move.
Take this finish."
And it's a
And
Sugawara.
like, yeah, fine.
No,
Not
Owashi.
Sugawara.
Listen, you have Sugawara on my mind, but Owashi is like just sadly like pencil rolls back into the move.
With that annoying look, like, damn it, he has a point.
That was a funny spot.
But yeah,
I like that they did the Shachihoko mask mix up again. They always do that.
My match of the night was the three-way. I really enjoyed it. I haven't watched it back, but I was really invested in that match, so I'm gonna give it to the three-way.
I think I'm gonna have to give it to the main event. I was very excited going in. I wanted to know how they were gonna manage these three like very hot personalities in one match, and I think KZ came out looking fantastic. And there were a couple of slow moments, and there was a little bit of that triple threat syndrome where it's two guys, one comes out, and then they just swap out, and it's a series of singles matches. But I think it maintained enough of the intensity and enough of like that big match feel that it kept me going.
My match tonight would have to be Shun Skywalker against Benkei. Going into the show, I was most excited for the main event three-way, but that one just didn't live up to the hype, and I think Ben and Shun over-delivered from what I was expecting, and it was just super exciting and super fun. And they had a surprising winner, which made me pop very hard.
My MVP of the night was Owashi. I loved everything he did in that match. I loved the big power moves, even the comedy stuff he did. Like, I legit want him back more. Not as like in a singles capacity, but fucking just teaming with Fuji. They're gonna do like a veterans unit. I want him a part of it.
Return.
He would be a perfect guy for the big army.
Oh yes. Oh.
Veteran Goon 3.
Like Big R.
Like Boogaloo.
Big R, Don Fuji, and Toru Iwashi's finish. I would be like a triple choke slam.
Oh.
The big boys team. Going off of that, I think Don Fuji was my MVP of the night. I loved his sort of dominating of that match. Like, it really was about him just hating Toru Iwashi, and I think it really spoke to how he can still go. And he was kind of the one thing that I think of the most when reflecting on that show.
My MVP would think it'd have to be Eita, because he was very entertaining in the tag match he was in. And then in the main event post-match, when they were cutting all their promos, I just love how angry he comes off as, and it's just great.
My MVP is. I really don't have an MVP, so.
You better find one.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna say my boy, Big Takashi Yoshida.
Oh, of course.
His performance in the UT match, I really enjoyed it. Like, he sold for UT. He made the crowd care for UT because he's such a good guy. And yeah, I just enjoyed his performance, and he's my boy.
On February 10th, 2019, Truthgate came to us one last time from Hakata Starlanes in Fukuoka, Japan, with attendance of 1829. Our opening contest saw Gama, Kanes, Problem Dragon, and Brother Yashi defeat Jason Lee, Kaito Ishida, Sashihoko Boy, and Dragon Daya after Kanes caught Jason Lee in the Kari no Wa.
This was a pretty fun opener, and I remember, I did bring it up earlier in the show that people were thinking that maybe Kunes is going to challenge for the Brave Gate after this, because he said he had big plans and such, but I don't know anymore, especially not after we realized that, hey, Yuki kind of just pinned him the show previously.
I think big plans are probably a Brave Gate challenge for Knes. But I could see Yuki like stepping in, and we will get to see a #1 contender match. Though I don't know when it would be.
Maybe Kunes's Brave Gate challenge could be a Memorial Gate.
Do people want to see more K-Ness? Do people think that he's ready to come back from this sort of time off and ready to make a more prominent role in the show? Or are you...
I feel like Knes is a respected veteran.
But he hasn't crossed that line into, like, has been past his prime type?
I think it remains to be seen. He hasn't blown me away yet, but that could just be because he's not had a big match yet. But
I'd feel real sad if he got this Brave Gate match and then he sort of just didn't live up to his old self. That would really kind of hurt to see.
Yeah, if he was going to wrestle like he did against Mondai Ryu in that Korakuen opener, then by God,
it was a dark match.
Yeah, exactly. But
like, what do you expect from a dark match?
Well, I mean, here's the problem. I feel like that's kind of been his level as of late, unfortunately.
Yeah,
it's not been that special to me, at least.
Yeah, but that's because he's in the opening matches. Like, how much effort can you put in these?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I feel like that's been his sort of like level as of late, but at the same time, he has been in these openers. He's not had a big match, so I don't know, you know?
Yeah, I get that.
I had 3 takeaways from this match. One, Yashi just did a jerk-off motion when the Gone Kid did his favorite was Ada. I thought that was funny.
Damn it, Yashi.
Maria should have adopt Yashi's dick bite spot.
You know what it's called? It's called Santa Maria.
Oh, it's even. You know what? There's no reason she's taking that move from now on. And there was a nice stereo moonsault from Asai moonsault from Daya and Sachi.
Oh, the NSYNC one. I thought that was really nice. Yeah.
Knes said that even though it was the younger generation making waves right now, the veteran rank still had a lot left in the tank. He's been sitting back quietly for a while now, but he plans on making a move in the very near future.
And then he got cut off by his music.
Yeah, they kept... He got the wrap that shit up box. Wrap it up.
And Gama was like...
Is this the, Gama? Is this the K-Ness Gama Saito unit we've all been asking for months?
No. Who's been asking
for it?
Me, for months.
I mean, if you switch Gama with Don Fuji, I would
Fuji, Gama, K-Ness, and Saito. Team Veterans 3.
And Stalker, please.
Warriors 7.
Speaking of Stalker, match 2 was Don Fuji pinning Hollywood Stalker Ichikawa after a failed Ina Bawa German suplex attempt.
This match, dude. He comes out with a ladder. He's trying to make a death match.
The ladder is like 3 times Stalker's size.
I thought it went really long for a Stalker match.
Did
I-
any of it wear you out? Were
worked.
you like tired of it by the end?
I was just shocked, like, it went that long. It's like, wow, holy, can't believe they're giving this much to Stalker. And then he knocked himself out. I was like, oh, there it is.
I loved the spot where Fuji just went back into the ring after he did some move to Stalker, and Yagi started counting. And then when he got to 20, they just kept counting, and they said they'd give him to 50 to get back in. That I laughed so hard at that. That was just incredible.
On the spot when Fuji was climbing the ladder, and when he was
And
on
we
the
thought
top.
he was gonna do a fucking like Super Senton Jeff
I
Hardy
was
jump.
And at the end, he just climbs down and stomps Stalker up.
Uh,
No, it was fantastic. It did exactly what it needed to do. It gave you like a fun time between these highlight comedy moments.
Yeah, it was really, really funny. Both of them are exceptional comedy wrestlers.
The third contest of the night was a three-way one-fall match, which saw Shun Skywalker besting Yasushi Kanda and Kagatora after hitting the Ashla on Kanda.
this was a fine match, I guess. It was okay. It was a little
Was
bit
it
fun.
advertised as a three-way?
No, I think the card was changed a little bit because I remember it
thought
just
so.
being a singles against
Maybe,
Kanda, I think.
yeah, maybe. But Kagatora wasn't on the announced card. Maybe it was a mistake from
Yeah, like I
They
didn't
just
really
forgot
recall
him.
seeing-
poor Kagatora.
That's sad. He
Speaking
was
of
in camo.
Kagatora, this asshole, like, he made alliances like 3 or 4 times where he would just immediately turn on the person, like, before they did
I
anything.
remember-
He was on some Shima shit. I loved it.
I remember vividly when he was like, Kanda, diving elbow.
And he slapped the
And then-
fuck out of him.
Yeah, and Kanda goes up and Kagatora just pimp slaps him to oblivion.
There was a really neat spot where Kanda John woos Kagatora and immediately gets hit with Shun's moonsault double knee. Oh,
Yeah.
that looked
And
like it
Kagatora-
hurt.
Kagatora was holding Shun in a wrist lock, and Shun got out of the way quick enough for the John Woo.
Oh, they worked very well together. I thought it was a really good team.
Match 4 was Eita, Takashi Yoshida, and Kazuma Sakamoto beating Yuki Yoshioka, Heiyo Watanabe, and Kota Minoura after Eita murdered Kota with an Imperial Uno.
I loved that the rookies immediately went after Eita because he's the most dangerous man in Dragon Gate.
He is.
Yeah, that Imperial Uno gonna kill you.
Very fun match, I gotta say. I loved how the fire that they showed. I loved how angry just Eita was when he finally got the upper hand, and he just killed poor Kota with the Imperial Uno. It was great fun.
We say poor Kota, but Yuki just died on he went for the frog splash, and instead of like putting his knees up like a good boy, Eita
yeah.
just double thrust kicks.
Into
that was
the
so
sky.
nasty.
Yeah, it was
So nasty.
oh.
That was Kazuma's first show outside Korakuen, right? And pay-per-views.
I think so, yes.
Yeah, I don't know if he's like warming up to the team and wanting to come to a couple more shows, or if they found like an extra 20 in the back one night and said we can bring Cosmo.
Or maybe his Walmart shift got
He
canceled.
got off
and
shift that
was
day.
free.
I do think it might have just been because this is sort of a big show. Not
Yeah.
really.
They
It was the
want it.
last ever Starlane show, so
Yeah, I kind of want to see Kazuma more often though, which is weird that I say.
I wouldn't be upset with him showing up
No.
more.
I think it would help him
Yeah.
because he does take well to the Dragon Gate style, which
You-
is not something anyone can do.
Okay, Cosma and Yoshida had some real cool tag offense together.
They always have.
But even more like,
Genziguri and throat thrust,
yes, I thought that was
Yeah.
cool, so cool.
or like the paw bomb followed by the elbow.
They'd be a good Twin Gate team.
Cosmo's real good with
No.
big guys. He's real
Yes, he
good with
does.
people his size.
Yoshida's great and as a Twin Gate guy. Like his team with Big R is good, his team with Shingo, his team with Yamato.
It's just not someone that I want to see as a Twin Gate champion at this point.
Kazma?
Cosma and Kong.
No.
Can you imagine like
It's
a
not Kong.
miserable Twin Gate challenge of like Kai and UT against Twin Gate champions Cosma and Kanda?
I think that
my
match would actually be really
God.
good, to be fair.
Yeah, I think too, because Kai's
Kai could just
That is
be a
best
hot
taken.
tag.
yeah.
Just let the smaller UT get his ass beat, get the heat, and then just hot
Yeah.
tag in for Kai.
I think Hio did that really good in this match. He played the in distress on bottom babyface for most of this match. He took a lot of the offense.
I love Hyo's chemistry he has with Yoshida. Like last Korakuen in the rookies match where Eita, Yoshida, and Kanda faced against Fuji, Hyo, and Kota. Like back then, Yoshida and Hyo showed that they have good chemistry, and that they showed that again today. So
Yeah,
today.
him and Hayo did a real neat
Sure.
spot where like he had Hayo up for a Dominator, and Hayo kicked off the turnbuckle pad and then
Yeah.
continued the momentum into
Yeah.
a backdrop. Which like usually I don't like that, people backdropping Yoshida, but that made sense
But-
where he had the momentum.
Mm-hmm. Hyo is a guy in like maybe 5 years or so. He will be like the cool moves guy Kagetora is now.
I was about to say he's gonna be the next Kagetora.
That's why I love him with all my heart. He has like cute, like styled printed shorts like Kagetora, and he busts out the cool move.
Yeah, like he has a tilt-a-whirl he does into an animal explosion. Like how's that guy not a cool moves guy?
In the fifth match of the night, Kai and UT got the upset win over Big R Shimizu and Benkei, with UT schoolboying Benkei.
Man,
This
Benkei's really eating pins.
was
To be
this the worst
fair-
bet?
To be fair, he did get a chair in the head from Eita, who just kind of then afterwards just kind of looked at the side and went, "Oh well."
Remember when Eita smashed the box and was like, "No, we don't need this anymore."
Mm-hmm.
No, that was like the blue cannon box, and that was the one the door used against him. And I think
Yeah, I know, but like it's just
he did tweet about it as well. I think he like got some nasty cut on his neck or something
yeah.
from that box.
This was probably the worst Big Ben match by far.
I disagree. I like this match.
I didn't think it was bad, but Big Ben matches are usually pretty amazing.
True.
I thought it was all right.
Yeah,
It was good for
alright,
like
but
a
it
semi-house
wasn't,
show.
Kai found his stride with the two big guys. I think it was a good matchup for him.
You're saying the rematch will be better?
Yeah, I think so.
For sure, yeah. Added stakes.
So, this was a hard cam only show, which I really wasn't kind of happy about, because I think if there's a Dream Gates on the line, you can bring in an extra camera or two. But there's a shot where both teams brawl on the outside, and you can see Big R part the sea and just throw UT into the crowd. But because it was hard cam, you just see UT disappear into the crowd with this really good sounding effect of the chairs just flying. Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, I've grown to really like the single cam shows, especially for like the crowd brawling. Sometimes you can't even see where they are, but you can just hear it, and then at other times there's these amazing just shots where you just see one guy get thrown into a sea of people, just disappear. So it's really kind of nice, actually.
Ada accidentally hit Ben with a chair, leading to the UT win. Shimizu put all the blame for the loss on him and asked for an explanation. Ada refused to take any blame. They were the ones who were in the match, and they were the ones who lost. Not like Benkei was capable of doing anything. He can't even talk. Ada made a mistake.
True.
But Ben was the one who got pinned. Aren't they Twin Gate champions? They keep this up and they won't be champions much longer. Kai interrupted and said, them not being champions not much longer sounded pretty good, actually. He and UT beat the champions today, so it's only fair that they get a title shot. Shimizu told them they didn't win today, Big being lost due to Ada messing up. If they wanted a title match, they got one. He warned Ada not to interfere in that one. They weren't going to lose because of him again.
So, I like that the current story is now Big Ben versus Ada, because Big Ben staying together.
Yeah, as opposed to Big R versus Ben
But
K, for sure.
the big but, that I feel like that increases the odds of one of Big Ben turning.
Here's the thing. I really just want Big R to be like, listen, loser, I have gold, Ben K has gold, Cosma has gold, Kanda has gold, everyone else in this unit has gold but you, and you're the leader? There's something, let's fix this real quick. What qualifies you as the leader? Tell me.
And then they kill him.
Jesus, boss, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, I'd be down for it.
I think Ada's gonna get kicked out.
Absolutely.
Him and DK are both gonna get kicked out of their units.
And they're gonna form a new one.
Yep.
I need Ada's entrance theme released first. then I'm okay with him being picked out. But I need his heel theme first.
That white
See,
whale.
To me, I hope Ada gets kicked out, but because it kind of seems like the obvious thing, it kind of makes me think that it might not happen.
Yeah.
Dragon Gate sometimes is kind of random, but I still say that most of the time it does work out. But
I wouldn't
really
say
hope
random. It's more like unpredictable.
Random at the time, but then later it gets properly explained. Most of the time, if that makes any sense. A lot of their actions at times can seem random, but they do make sense down the line.
Our semi-main event was a special Thank You Hakata Starlanes special 8-man tag team match where Masato Yoshino, Yamato, Dragon Kid, and Genki Horiguchi defeated Naruki Doi, Masaki Mochizuki, Susumu Yokosuka, and Ryo Saito after Genki caught Mochizuki in the backslide from heaven.
Do you ever get that warm feeling in your heart that a match was made just for you?
This match really didn't appeal to me.
Oh my god.
This match was, I like this match.
I liked that match, but it didn't grab me. Like, it was really...
I loved it with all of my heart.
It kind of just felt there to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it was... I looked at it like it was one of those... basically one of the anniversary things, but it was supposed to be, like, special to Starlanes. And I appreciated parts of it.
Genki getting the pin was a bit jarring.
You know what the most surprising part of this match was to me? Naruki Doi and Dragon Kid didn't have as much interaction as I thought they would.
Yeah, I think they were more focused on playing the speed muscle thing.
With Sirio.
Yes, with Sairito playing. Yes.
Trying to make the maximum war break out.
No, Sirio tried to match Yoshino's speed
and
in the tag moves with Doi, and he just isn't too slow.
I need to grab Ryo screaming Doi-chan and put that as my ringtone, or at least my text notification. Doi-chan!
Did you like when Yamato and Yoshino both did the hair flick? I thought it had so many just charming, cute little moments that made it look like this team just like loved interacting with each other. Like it was a good group of guys who really had time to play in this match.
Let's be real. The reason you love this match is because Saito and Susumu wore Jimmy's shirt to the ring.
It just made me cry. It was like seeing your ex at the McDonald's and you just like...
It's more like you see the grave of your ex.
Yeah, okay.
What?
You can cut all of that.
No, that's staying in.
No. Thank you.
I needed Saito natural vibes so I can get him doing the totem spot with Susumu more.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh yeah, there was a ton of
classic Ryosuka.
Yeah, everything was fun. It didn't feel like it had like a super serious tone, but that's what I wanted because there was a lot of angst in the main event. I needed this palate cleanser.
Speak of the devil, in the main event, Pac successfully defended his Open the Dreamgate Championship for the first time against KZ, hitting the Black Arrow to finish him off.
What a fucking match.
Yeah.
That is one of the best matches I have ever seen. And KZ losing does not bother me, even though he is my favorite wrestler, and I was hoping so hard that he was going to win. Just, it doesn't bother me because the match was so good. It's absolutely my match of the year so far, and I'll be very surprised if any match takes that spot away from it. What a fantastic match.
Puck wasn't joking when he said he's gonna fucking kill KZ.
No, he was not.
Did everyone like the second rope tombstone?
That was I thought KZ is gonna counter it. I was not thinking that they're gonna go through with that. I was surprised.
Adored that spot. I thought
it was nasty.
Like the brutality that was.
It was so surprising.
Though the match itself, there were like many brutal moves. Like KZ had a beat boom on the apron. He had a CDJ impact.
Pac hit a fucking backslide driver that I've never seen before.
He hit a shooting star press to a standing KZ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like they certainly left Hakata Starlanes with a bang.
You know what's really underappreciated in this match is like there's lots of really small things you can kind of catch if you went back and watched it. KZ is constantly looking back at Pac during the national anthem.
Yeah. And Pac was like, "I'm not gonna attack you."
Yeah, he sort of laughed at himself. He thought he teased like people thinking he was going to do it.
One thing that I did notice that makes me think that this is going to be the Kobe main event absolutely was towards the end when Pac kept rolling out the ring. To me, that sort of thing just... Because that is basically what cost Casey the match, I feel. That, to me, just screams there's going to be a rematch. And I'm very happy because, I mean, get a rematch of a match this good? Sign me up.
They did protect, like, Pac was able to kick out of Casey time, the elbow smash, and the Skyder, but Casey did not hit Impact. I don't even think he teased it, did he? Well, yes, he countered it into the CDJ, but
So something else I noticed, not directly involved in the action in the ring. Red was split in two, with Ben K and Big R sitting away from the rest of Red. Like they were still there to help support Pac, but one was on one side and Ada and Gang were on one side and he was on the other, or those two were on the other, which I liked a lot. It makes sense that they're not going to go back to being buddy that quickly.
Did it make you sad when KZ shook all of his Vibe members' hands before the match?
Did it make me sad?
It made me sad.
Why?
Because looking back after he took that hard L, like he like had such support and love from his friends, and he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know why they lost? Why he lost?
Punch Tominaga wasn't there.
That and Susumu didn't go hard enough in the dance.
Damn it, Susumu.
If he had just ripped it one last time, to get him psyched up, I think if Susumu had given KZ the energy, he could have carried it through. But
I'm not totally devastated by the loss, but depending on how they stick the landing, like KZ still has a lot of momentum. He's got a lot of good vibes going into say Kingsgate, say the summer. So I think if they play this like KZ now matching Pac's intensity, matching Pac's danger and fire, I think the Kobe main could have a very interesting story going into it.
This was basically another Mochizuki match for him, where losing elevated him higher than before.
They made sure that Pac had to go all out to finish him.
Yes, and due to the fact that, I was on Twitter all day for the next couple of days, basically, just looking up what people were saying about Dragging It and the show, and there was just so many people being so blown away and everything by KZ. I honestly think that this loss is the best decision they could have made for the future, because of the fact that it delivered on such a level and there were so many people who were just happy.
I've heard a lot of people saying that the match had some downtime, especially when Pac was dominant, and did that ever appear to you guys sort of slow, or did it sort of ruin the pace for you?
Not at
I
all.
wouldn't
Not
say
really.
so. No.
It's kind of built tension.
Yeah.
Yes. And it was
What
just
about you?
Puck, we saw it in the Flamita match. He has this
Oh, don't
tendency
mention
to
that.
to overplay the overbearing heel thing, like the slowdown sections, and I think
The bastard.
probably could have been toned back in this match. But overall, I still loved it. I still thought it had the fire and it had the intensity to keep it past sort of these slow dips in between them. I just don't want to see Pac really dominating as much as he does.
Pac told Casey that he tried to warn him, but he wouldn't listen. Hopefully now he has learned his lesson. He is the Open the Dreamgate champion. Who in Dragon Gate can stop him now? He is unstoppable, irrefutable, undeniable. Nobody in this company compares to Pac. This brought out Shun Skywalker. He told Pac he wanted a challenge for the Dreamgate Championship. He beat Ben K in Tokyo last week, but he doesn't think he's passed him yet. If he could beat Pac, then that would cement him on top. Ada tried to run him off, but Pac stopped him. Pac said Shun Skywalker is a good fighter. He was impressed that Shun wasn't scared. He was lucky, because Pac was feeling uncharacteristically generous. He accepted his challenge. GM Yagi told Shun that this was his chance to show everyone just how far he has come. The match was set for Champions Gate in Osaka for March 3rd. KZ was in no condition to talk, so Horiguchi closed the show. He praised KZ. He was unbelievable. He is looking forward to him continuing to carry Natural Vibes as their leader, and hopes the Hakata fans will continue to cheer him like he did today. This was the end of the last Dragon Gate show in Hakata Starlanes. Even though the main event result was a downer, they wanted to leave fans on a happy note. The roster came out to the ring, throwing some autographed balls into the crowd. Horiguchi thanked them for coming out and hoped to see them again on April 27th and across Fukuoka. What are you guys thinking of Shun challenging?
fantastic. That's
I don't know.
before the Casey challenge happened. I'd already sort of like thought about what were they going to do, and I kind of thought that Shun should get a shot at Pac at one of the smaller venues, so Edion Arena 2 in Osaka for Champions Gate did make sense, and I'm happy he's getting the opportunity because, I mean, he's, in my opinion, he's proven that he can hang with a lot of the guys.
This is exactly 1 year after the Big Band K breakout.
I have my reservations about how this match is going to go, but if they want to give the man a shot, let him rock. Like, I wouldn't say no to some new matchups. Like, I wouldn't say no to someone getting a challenge for the first time, especially at this level where we sort of have a design for the future that's in safe hands. You know, KZ can always come back and win the King of Gate, hopefully, and I think it's the right time. Let's see what everyone can do. But is there any hope in anyone's heart and soul that Shun is gonna win this match?
I hope not.
Unless Pac has a heart attack in the middle of the ring and they need to get the match over quick.
The
Does
heart
that
attack
take
is...
away from the match that there's no, like, that it's 100% a filler defense?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think that the term filler defense like is.
No, it is. It really is.
It's just to pad out the
The rain.
No, it's.
Does that
it's
affect your enjoyment?
No.
I mean,
I
you
don't-
know Pac is gonna win that match.
I wouldn't call this a filler defense just due to the fact that it's Shun's first opportunity and he's
I mean,
definitely a part of the future. He's the future main eventer. He's a future Kobe main eventer. I don't feel like that's a filler. Like a Yoshida challenge. I feel.
oh, fuck off.
That was
Fuck
cool.
off,
A
man.
Yoshida or a Konda or someone who doesn't have like a big future ahead of them.
I do
That's
think
cool.
the Shun one has a little bit more going for it than a traditional, like, filler defense. I just didn't know if you guys had any thoughts on these sort of things where you know the champion's going to retain, and if that pulls some tension or pulls some of the drama out of it. I think this one has something because it's his first challenge and it's his time on the big main event. And
Yeah,
it's
the drama and the tension comes not from if can he win, but can he hang.
what will he do? Yeah, I think this one has a little bit more going for it, but I didn't know just the idea of a filler defense would sort of take away just a little bit.
What's your overall thoughts on the show?
Main event. It's a
Did
one match
Listen
show.
here, motherfucker.
It's
people
a one
think
match
it was-
show.
Do you think it was a one-match show?
Yeah.
Did the multi-man semi-main not do anything for you?
No, didn't you listen to me?
Don't worry, Seaboz. I also like that match.
I agree. It was a one-match show. I came for Don Fuji versus Dr. Ichikawa.
Man, you're right.
No, I mean,
It was a good show.
It was a fun show, yeah. I liked it more than the Korakuen, but
I would say I liked it more than the Korakuen.
I disagree on that.
I disagree too.
I don't think it was a one match show necessarily, but there was one match that stood out way more than any other match. That, of course,
For
being
sure,
the main
agreed.
event. And it's kind of the only thing that people can talk about, I feel, about the show, because Pac KZ is that's the big match at the moment.
At this point, even, I think Eita KZ has eclipsed that match in terms of like the consciousness of the crowd waiting for that one big match to happen.
Yeah, I can agree
Yeah,
with that.
so
What's everyone's match tonight?
Main event.
Is anyone not going to say the main event?
I'm gonna say Don Fuji versus no, I'm gonna say him.
Yeah, are we counting smartass answers? Or...
I mean, on this podcast, always, but...
KZ did it again. He pulled another amazing match out, and I think this is just representative of what he's going to give us when he's on top.
I assume everyone's MVP is KZ.
Absolutely.
People who would give Pac the MVP, I think that's interesting. I don't know if anyone really thinks the match is great because of the things that Pac did, except for maybe the finish. I think it all stems from KZ being able to make us believe in KZ bringing the fire to Pac.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, you
I mean,
said it. You said that Park was had some moments where he put the match a bit slower, like made it a bit. I don't want to say boring, but you know what I'm like. He put the brakes on the match.
I'm gonna have to sort of disagree. I mean, I still think KZ was absolutely the MVP, but Pac did a lot of crazy stuff, and even then, after like the first 10 minutes, I don't feel like he was slowing it down the match. I feel like then it was just go from both of you guys.
Most of it was definitely the first 10 minutes, but he supplemented that with good character work. He did the fun stuff in the intro, and he was just a prick the whole time. So there were things he did to make up. It was just in ring he sort of had a lethargic effect on that match.
Just comparatively speaking.
I only think that was at the start because he hit a backslide driver.
So
What?
He's free of all sin.
What?
you're not
Like,
gonna
what?
say the avalanche tombstone. You're gonna say the backslide driver, really?
Well, I mean, yeah, that one's also the obvious one, but that one was the actual finish. He did a backslide driver. He did. Remember when he threw KZ out over the rope into Natural Vibes, and then he did like a whatever
Out, yeah.
flip spin thing. I absolutely think that Pac held his own, but I do think that KZ was a bit better.
Well, looks like it's time to open the discussion gate. So, opening the discussion gate, let's reminisce over the loss of Starlanes a little bit. You know, what are some memories or matches that stand out to you when you think of Starlanes?
So when it comes to just memories, it's obviously the Yoshino comeback, the surprise one in 2017, I believe.
Mm.
Someone correct me.
No, that's
No,
2017. Yeah,
You're our
that's-
man, yeah.
Yeah, 2017. In terms of matches, the first match I always think about is one of my favorite matches. It's Eita and Dragon Kid versus Jimmy Kagetora and Jimmy Susumu for the Twin Gate
Yo,
after Eita.
That match is a banger. Oh my god.
It's it's probably my favorite Twin Gate match in all of Twin Gate history.
It's a very
so
good match, yeah.
Yeah, Kagetora's chemistry with Eita is just.
Yeah,
really-
that's back when Eita was like young
The-
Spanish face.
Yeah. And Dragon Kid and Susumu have also really great chemistry. So, and the second match is also Kagatora. It's the Kagatora versus Naoki Tanizaki 2009 Brave
Oh.
Gate match.
That's a great match, yeah.
Back when the Brave Gate was respected and defended.
That's also one of my favorites. Like the lariat Kagatora does to Tanizaki in that match is probably one of my favorite lariat ever.
I haven't seen a whole lot of Starlane shows, unfortunately. I think my first Starlane show was what I'm going to talk about, the one that was Shingo's Goodbye.
Yep.
Yep. And there was a really good Red versus Maximum match. Like, I like that match a lot. That match stands out to me just because it was kind of Pac's first real comeback match. Like, yeah, he came back at the Korakuen before, but it didn't feel like an official match because he was a surprise. But his first like official match back, I liked it a lot. I remember Ashita and Big R had a really cool spot where Ashita kept kicking Big R and he just brushed it off until finally he couldn't. I like that. And while I'm not a big Sema fan, I am a very big Genki Koraguchi fan. And I have seen Sema defending the Dream Gate against Genki in Starlanes. I like that match a lot because I think Genki's really underrated. And it was nice to see him, get that opportunity at least.
Yeah, I've also seen that match. It's a very good match. It's one of it's probably in the upper tier of 2011, 2013 Shima Dreamgate matches. Not that I've seen all of them because finding 2012...
10,000 of them.
Because finding 2012 or even 13 Dragon Gate can be extremely difficult.
It was a good match. Like, compared to the rest of his reign, it was a good. I can say that much.
When I think of Hakata Starlanes, I think Ryo Saito has his best Dream Gate matches in Hakata Starlanes. Like, he had a brutal one during Mochizuki's first Dreamgate run in like 2005, and this is back when he was still like real hard, real shooter. Like, he was striking Mochizuki down, and the finish of that match, if you don't see it at all, you just have to watch the finish because Mochizuki kicks the living Christ out of Ryo Saito to finish that match. He's like bleeding from the nose, and he just gets knocked the fuck out. It was glorious. The other one is Saito versus Shima in 2009 is another. It's a fun challenge. It's not really like an all-time great match. It's just interesting to see Saito in, I would say, decline from the main event scene. And then the really shocking, I would say it was shocking for me, the Susumu Shingo match for the Dreamgate. Sort of sticks in my heart.
Yeah, that's one of the matches that I actually have written down as well, because when I first started, it was when the Jimmies died, rest in peace, and that was really like a last big push for Susumu, because he then went on to challenge Mochizuki for the Dreamgate and such, and I remember watching that and thinking, wow, Susumu's really damn good. So I wanted to see another Dreamgate match from him, and I found one with Shingo, and I watched it without knowing the result, and I mean, it's absolutely one of my favorite matches of all time. It's fantastic.
Another match that that always comes to mind when I think of Starlane is during Akira Tozawa's Brave Gate reign. His match against Kness. Against the Mad Blanky Kness. I love Mad Blanky Kness. Like, all in yellow.
Speaking of Mad Blanky, didn't Yamato turn and join Mad Blanky at a Hakata Starlane show?
Yeah. Sure.
We got eyeliner Yamato, so Starlane's like a GOAT arena for giving me that.
Yeah, but the Kness Tozawa match was great because it showed that Kness really can go if he wishes to, or if he is put in the spot. So it makes
like
me
a
optimistic.
Decade ago, no problem.
It was 3 years ago.
It's been a
So-
decade for Knes. He's gray in the beard. He's seen a lot these last 3 years.
He was gray back then. He's gray like
He's
10 years now.
a rotting old dragon.
Didn't Saito betray Susumu at one point in Starlanes?
Yeah,
And Genki betrayed Saito before that.
yeah, also
Yeah.
true.
Starlanes makes people, it gets their blood boiling. There's treachery out in that joint.
Oh, I actually remember one of my... I don't know if it's a favorite sort of moment, but it's one that just made me question my existence. I was watching my 2006 DVD, and King Shisa turned on kind of no one, and then just became a member of Muscle Outlaws as
Pentagon
Black, and just randomly started cheating a lot. And I just he didn't turn on any of the Chisas or anything. He just did it in a random Dreamgate match against Susumu. It was just odd, to say the least.
Oh fuck! I just remembered another match. It's a Dreamgate match. It's Cyber Kong's first Dreamgate match.
Oh,
It was also Hakata against Shingo. It was also a really good match. It was a really good match. I mean, Cyber Kong does a dropkick in that match, like a really good
Oh.
drop. And Shingo needs to put him away with Stay Dream.
Ooh,
Yeah, that
That's
was a good
unique.
match.
yeah, it sounds like it. My favorite Hakata Starlanes match, as Mr. Hakata Starlanes myself, has to go to the absolute classic that is BB Hulk versus Masato Yoshino from 2015, when Yoshino beat BB. And
With the
Ended.
greatest move.
with the 15th anniversary. And if you have never seen the 15th anniversary, it's sort of a
Future
big-
Future has
it's-
it on the Twitter. Just
but like if I was to describe it, it's like a
it's impossible.
one-legged figure. It's like a leg lock with one of Yoshino's legs. Then he wraps the other leg over Hulk's neck and cranks it down while he extends the arm that he isn't putting in a Kimura lock. It's so complicated and it takes so long to set up, but it looks incredible. It's so beautiful to look at. And he's only ever used it twice in his career, as far as I know.
Yeah, and the 15th anniversary homecoming and then the Dreamgate win. I would love Yoshino much more if he would use that move consistently.
Yeah, like the matches, even before that, it's super memorable to me because BB is just killing it. He's going all out, and I mean, I guess it's because this is the last match of his reign, and he just
He's in his like golden reign, his like peak year.
yeah, exactly. This is, and he just goes completely all out. He hits all the EVO variations, EVOS, which is like a weird pump handle, like
suplex.
Olympic slam sort of, and it looks
Yeah, only hit it in that
incredible.
match.
Yeah, one time only.
Yeah.
And then he even teases a Phoenix Splash, I think. And then
Yeah.
Yoshino just kills him with a couple of lightning spirals, and BB loves bumping on his neck and his head, and it looks brutal. It's fantastic match.
Well, it's sad to see it go.
Where do you think, like, what's the arena to replace this? Where do they take all their, like, not quite big event shows, but they're still, like, hefty shows?
I mean, it really depends how big Across Fukuoka is.
Across Fukuoka, if I remember correctly, is around 600 to 900.
Ooh.
That's not really big. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hakata
they
had,
just
like-
packed 18 in there, so.
Damn, I don't know. Maybe
25,000 Shima Maniacs at the Across Fukuoka Dome.
It's rough because there's, I think Jay said on Twitter that there really isn't any other venue around.
they're like these mid-sized venues,
Yeah,
like
it's-
around 2,000 people. Like Korakuen, Hakata,
Yeah,
And
like
then you're already looking
1,500
for...
plus. There's nothing like it. So they're just losing a big amount of people probably.
I mean, they could do double headers.
Yeah, but the problem with that is, what if all the hardcores just buy 2 tickets then, and you don't get
I mean,
any new fans in?
Well, it's still money you make.
But you're still
This
not
is
growing
true.
your fan base.
This is true, but you're potentially you're just not ever going to really grow the fan base because there's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
It's okay.
any available
All the
seats.
fans are like 7-year-olds anyway. They're gonna grow into it.
All the fans are moms who force their kids to watch Dragon Gate.
Force.
Moms who fell in love with Yoshino in like 2006.
No. With Second Doi.
No one fell in love with Second Doi.
Well, I think that'll wrap it up. I think it's time to start closing the gates. As the final gate closes on this episode of the podcast, I want to thank Jay Church at DG_JAE and iHeartDG.com for all the translations and card info we use on the show. He also runs the official Dragon Gate English Twitter at DragonGateEN as well. Without him and his work, this show is probably impossible, and the fandom for Dragon Gate, or the English fandom at least, would be so tiny, and we have to thank him a lot. So if, get the chance, drop him a nice message, drop him a follow. The lovely people over at r/DragonGatePW, that's a subreddit, have been very supportive of the show, so please go check them out. If you're interested in keeping up with Dragon Gate Network is the best way to go. It's $13.49 a month, that's in USD, and you can watch tons of content, including lots of live streams, current events, past events, unique content such as, wrestlers explaining their moves and stuff like that. Also,
Wow.
I would love to thank my amazing Unimates, Seaboz, Blodden, and Leon, who just mock me viciously. If you have any questions you want to ask, feel free to tweet us or message us on Twitter at DreamKeyPod. That's where you get episode announcements. If we do anything extra, we'll let you know there. If you're listening and enjoyed the show, please subscribe, share with your friends. Like I said, you can also comment any questions or any improvements that we need to make down below. You can follow me on Twitter at CHUCKN0RRIS55. And Seaboz, where can they find you?
Well, you could follow me on Twitter if you want to hear me just kind of cry about Ryo Saito at like random hours of the day. I'm at
Best content. That's the content.
CVOZ_1020. You can also mail me gifts and bribes. PM me, I'll give you my P.O. box.
Blod?
You can find me on Twitter at Blodden. That's BLODN. I have a tiger mask avatar. You can't miss me.
So do I. And Leon.
You can find me on Twitter at Earth2Leon. That's EARDH, the number 2 LEON. And I have the ugly guy as the avatar.
And last but not least, we want to thank you for joining us on this adventure through the Dragon Gate. See you next episode.
Bye.